invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Here Pastor Helen Garcia and my husband, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. Tune in and prepare to be blessed.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Your experience while you were in Australia, since you started taking the Excel, something changed. Tell us about that experience.
I have a bad shoulder from wear and tear.
Yeah.
So I was taking an injection every 3 months to play each tournament.
Yeah.
And since I started taking the Omega, I haven't took the injection since. I'm feeling a big difference within my body.
Yeah.
It's something I have to take. It becomes a part of me now.
Yeah.
So I take it every day. Who wants to deal with pain? Now I don't have to because of Omega XL.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM. Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919FM.com. News from the Street 919FM.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by the Sea Champion. In the headlines, $2.9 billion requested in additional funding for ministries. More than a dozen COVID-19 variants have been found in TNT. Point 14 residents protest over bad bridge, and internationally, rise of Delta variant puts UK Prime Minister in a tough spot as he weighs whether Britain should fully reopen next week. And now the news in detail. More money for ministries, as a total of $2.9 billion in additional funding is being provided for 14 ministries and agencies for a range of expenses. Money for the various agencies were presented by government ministers who were grilled by opposition members during yesterday's meeting of Parliament's Standing Finance Committee. Parliament will meet today to approve a bill to finalize the supplementations for the budget, and the mid-year review will also be done as well. At yesterday's deliberations, the highest sum went to public utilities, which received a supplementary funding of $944.5 million. Second highest went to national security at $725.9 million. National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines explained what the money would be used for.
That $179 million, Madam Chair, for the fire service, $66 million is allocated for the fire service. For the prison service, $109,664,000. For the probation service, $3 million.
Meanwhile, the Tobago House of Assembly has requested $80 million. Finance Minister Com Imbert says $50 million will be used for recurrent expenditure, which includes funds to go towards the operations of new health services in Tobago.
As you would be aware, the Roxborough Hospital was commissioned recently, and the Morale Health Centre is ready. And for the balance of the fiscal year, we are appropriating $25 million.
In other news, more than a dozen COVID-19 variants have been found in Trinidad and Tobago, but at present, the UK and Brazilian strains are dominant among the cases. Professor of Molecular Genetics and Virology at the University of the West Indies, Dr. Christine Carrington, confirmed this during Monday's Ministry of Health COVID-19 update.
In all, we have detected 16 lineages of SARS-CoV-2 in Trinidad and Tobago, and their names are shown on the list on the right of the graph. And among them are 2 variants of concern, B117, first detected in the UK, which the WHO now refers to as the Alpha variant, and then P1, which we know we have community spread of, which was first documented in Brazil.
Dr. Carrington says the Brazilian variant currently accounts for 38% of COVID cases that the university has sampled since December. She noted that people who are vaccinated is in a much better position to recover fully from COVID-19.
We now have almost 2,000 million doses of vaccines administered around the world. And what we have is a lot of real-world data indicating that vaccines remain extremely effective against severe disease, hospitalization, and death, even in the face of these variants.
Meanwhile, 12 more people have succumbed to the virus, bringing the total COVID deaths to 589. 389 cases have been recorded. The number of cases reported reflects the samples taken during the period June 1st to 6th, 2021, and not the last 24 hours. Total active cases stand at 9,995. In other news, despite COVID-19 restrictions, residents of Chin Yong Kee Street, Capterville, Point Fortin, who have been cut off due to a badly damaged bridge, protested yesterday for a new one. More than 10 residents with their placards complained that the unstable structure is now impassable to vehicular traffic and anyone who crosses risks falling into the Capterville River. Residents say while the heavy rains caused the bridge to give way, the structure had been deteriorating for more than a year. Meanwhile, Point Fortin MP Kennedy Richards Jr. said he contacted the relevant minister, who said that a team will be dispatched to assess the situation and then a decision will be taken to either repair the bridge or construct another one. Finally, on the international scene, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is currently facing a decision on whether to fully reopen Britain as a new and highly infectious COVID variant surges. Johnson will make this decision as British scientists who are running one of the best genomic surveillance programs in the world are telling him that the viral strain B16, originally discovered in India and now known as the Delta variant, is exploding and that Britain could soon enter a dreaded third wave of infections. The Delta variant is at least 40% more infectious, according to British Health Secretary Matt Hancock. He said it is quickly becoming the dominant strain in Britain and is outpacing an earlier variant first discovered in southeastern England that is now present in Europe and the United States. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by the Sea Champion. Recapping the headlines, $2.9 billion requested in additional funding for ministries. More than a dozen COVID-19 variants have been found in TNT. Point Fortin residents protest over bad bridge, and internationally rise of Delta variants puts UK Prime Minister in a tough spot as he weighs whether Britain should fully reopen next week. Do enjoy your afternoon. My name is Vanessa Thomas.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
Hey guys, a quick reminder for HDC clients. If you make monthly payments directly to the HDC, you are reminded that you can make those payments at any SurePay payment center located at select Massey stores. You can also do a wire transfer to Republic Bank, account number 150-228-173-001, or deposit a check in the box located at the HDC head office.